Talk to me about motivation. So I remember in my agency days where myself and one of the account managers, we had a bit of a battle. There was the two telemarketers were off sick, right, and we stepped in and we took a seat each, and we really went for it, and we're both competitive, really got
Yeah.
competitive, and we were flying. I could hear her stealing my lines. I was starting to steal her lines because things worked, right? And then another time I did it, I had a real bad call. I mean, a real abusive bad call. And honestly, I'd happily not pick up the phone ever again after that. How do you handle those days in particular when you're not up high, performing well, doing well, but when you're really rock bottom and you've had a big hit where you
Yeah.
just don't want to pick that phone up again? How do you get over that?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this is where it can paralyze you, getting negative sort of rejection. It's about remembering, first of all, why you're doing this. And also bearing in mind that, yes, you've got to accept that you are allowed to have bad days. But
Yeah.
one of the things that I find that motivates people is just remember to celebrate your small wins, because you had that bad day, but 3 weeks ago, there was a really good outcome. Revert back to how you felt when you got that, and accept at that stage that it's not been great. You need to think to yourself, right, that didn't go well. Let's now reflect. Reflection is a very, very good thing of, right, what was it on that call why did it end that way? Was it something I did? Or on reflection, it could have simply been that person has had a really bad day and you've rang them up at the wrong time and
Yeah.
you've got both barrels. And once you start recognizing that every call will be different, but remember the calls that did go well and depend on what sector you're in, why you're doing what you're doing, then it's just a matter of building that resilience. And it's interesting you say motivation, because with motivation comes resilience. And I've always
Mm.
said resilience is a bit like a muscle in a gym. You've got to
Mhm.
keep pulling the weights. You've got to keep getting that no. The more no's you get, the actual stronger you get, which is really bizarre. So the more knockbacks you get, in fact, when it happens again, you've already done it, so you know how to respond. So that's personally how I motivate myself and how I explain others to do it.